It's been a bit of an unusual night tonight. We got a lot going on here at the chess club. We still got the Sinkfield Cup going on. That's over for you guys, but I'm here on the TV watching Ding Liren and Veselin Topalov play this position forever and ever and ever. It may not even be over by the time you guys watch it. They've been just playing for several hours now. So most people are watching that, or we have a very special event tonight that I'd like to talk about. We have former women's world champion Alexandra Kosteniuk. She's doing a simul in about 10 minutes here. So a lot of people are over there for that. And all I need tonight is Ben Simon. That's all I need. So we're gonna get this class going. And I thought we would go over some Kosteniuk games, because here she is. She's literally right next door to me. And I found a copy of her diary. That is Diary of a Chess Queen. She made a big mistake of just leaving her private secret diary right in our inventory shelf. So, somebody could have accidentally bought this. But I thought we'd go over a couple games from the 2008 Women's World Championship that she was able to win. And I want to show two games tonight. The first one is from the quarterfinals. It was a 64-player knockout. So she made it all the way to the quarterfinals at the time of the first game here. And I'll read a little bit of what she says. Before this game, she wrote, "In this World Championship, not only would I not lose a game, but I never had to play a tiebreaker. All of my matches finished at the classical time controls. This meant that after each match, I had a free day in which I took great pleasure in traveling and getting acquainted with the sites of the Kabardino-Balkaria region that she was in. She went hiking on mountains, and she ate some food, and she walked around. Then she says, in the first game of this quarterfinal against Anna Ushenina, having white, I attained a slight advantage, but my opponent's stubborn defense earned her the draw. But in the second game, Anna misplayed the opening, and the fight was really over then." So during this event, at each round, you'd play two games against the same person, one with white, one with black. And as stated, she never tied one of those matches. She won them all decisively throughout the entire event. And she never had to play on the rest day for all the people that because she won all of her matches decisively. Okay, I thought we'd go over this game. Let's go ahead and flip this board. So Ushenina is white, Kosteniuk is black. So this is the second game of the quarterfinal. And Anna Ushenina had the white pieces, and Alexandra Kosteniuk had the black pieces. So we'll get right to the game here, and we'll follow some of her own annotations in the book. We'll skip through a lot of this, and nobody's here, so we're going quick tonight, and we're going to go watch the simul. So it was a Nimzo-Indian, the classical variation, and this is a line that we have covered in Chess Openings Explained. So we'll just get right to it. C5, one of the most aggressive and sharpest lines. And that's kind of what she's known for. She's known for the really sharp, aggressive style of play, and very uncompromising, never afraid to play sharp lines and take risks. And okay, this year it really paid off well for her. So okay, this is all still theory. And now, so the point is, black is going to put a lot of pressure on c3. She's going to follow up with the move queen a5 in just a second, really get a lot of pressure on c3. And okay, and again, it's not really about the opening. I just want to get to one critical position, and when we get there, we'll read what she has to say about it. Okay, so she says, yeah, bishop d3, not the main line, but so we're going through this game, very sharp game, and so far we're just gonna get to the good parts here. Okay, and in this position, she said that this is actually a game that she knew between Kasparov and Short, which was a match in London, 1993. That started with this move. I guess we're not going to go through it. So okay, we get this position, and we're just going to get to the critical part here. B6, which is okay. She should have played a move that she's going to play in the very short future here. So I'm not going to tell you what move she should have played.
We have no hope.
But
Wait, why are you analyzing?
why am I analyzing her games? Yeah, you guys are about to play her, so you better study her games.
He's going over her black piece of the game.
And very modestly, she does not give her next move an exclam or anything like that. She's like, yep, just plays itself. Easy, obvious move. No exclamation mark needed. But I will test the class here. This is the one part I want to stop at. Oh, yeah, sorry. Arjun, you got the answer? D4. D4, excellent. Just with the idea of ripping open the E file, and her opponent is never going to be able to castle.
Are we doing this to make those people mad?
To make these people mad? No, we're doing it to be done in 10 minutes. No, we're doing it to be done in 10 minutes so that we can go to the Simo. So just give me all the answers really quick. Excellent. Yeah, D4, just ripping open the E file. The king's never going to get to castle in this game. Do you guys want to follow up the attack here?
Yes, I do.
You do? Do you want
I'm
to?
not supposed
Do you have a suggestion?
I'm supposed to guess, but
No, tell me just what's the move.
that she played.
All right, we're cheating here. We got to get done in 10 minutes. Let's go.
Recheck. Sorry.
Okay, excellent move. Yeah, suggested right here in the front row. Knight takes D3, check. Perfect, excellent. And after the queen took back, she decided now it's a great time to bring the rook to the E file. And as she said, the attack really does sort of play itself. And on a move like knight to E2, maybe we got a little bishop A6 coming. So the king had to move over to D1. And she actually says something really interesting about this next move, if I remember right. And a lot of this book is really well written. There's certain parts that I really like the way that she phrases certain descriptions. There's a lot of ways to describe certain moves. But here she says, Black, of course, had more than one way to prosecute her attack. But I'll test the audience. What would you guys play in this position? Yeah, in the back? Bishop F5, yeah. All right, audience is on fire tonight. That bodes well when they go over there and play her in the Simo. Okay, and we'll play through the attack. Removed a very important defender. And again, she had more than one way to play this position. But I mean, look, in this position too is actually interesting. She could put the queen on this diagonal and then just make it impossible for white to develop the knight. And you don't really want to play knight F3 because the queen is coming in. So that would have been slightly more accurate, but this also is crushing. Every good move wins here. Let's see. Rook to C2. I mean, she's already invading. The king's in a lot of trouble. We're threatening to take the knight. I guess, how would you guys continue here? Anybody? Yeah? Rook D8. Wow, that's actually what she played. So that's very good. Yeah, Rook D8. And yeah, wow. All right. I mean, so many moves. Okay, and now what's the crusher? What is the crusher? Let's see. Has anybody got it? All right, Arjun, you got to help me out. Rook E8. Yeah, exactly. Wow, what a move. And yeah, so white was just totally busted from the opening. Here, the game ended. The obvious and funny point is that if you take this, that'd be a really funny mate. Just smothered by her own pieces. So yeah, I mean, that was just a great attacking game. That's what she's known for. Let's just go straight to the next game here. Nope, don't save it. Goodbye. Are you playing? What do we got? We got 11 minutes. So now here's the game. After that, she played in the finals. So she was playing against Hou Yifan. Again, she had the black pieces in this. And the finals for the championship here was a 4-game match. And what happened was Kosteniuk won this first game that we're going to go over. She subsequently drew the next 3 games, and that's how she went on to win the Women's World Championship. All right, so here's her game. She's black again. We got a Ruy Lopez. Okay, very, very standard opening. And we've probably covered this too. This looks like a line we've covered. We've covered lots of Ruy Lopez's. Okay, A3, the first sort of strange move, but Carlsen has played this on at least 2 occasions, so it can't be too bad. Okay, the standard development, Ruy Lopez stuff. Here, an interesting move. For consistency, normally the bishop goes to A2, but it went to C2, a normal place in the Ruy Lopez. Although, in this position, she does mention this, it's already reached a Chigorin variation, the main line, except white has played the move a3, and black has gotten to play the move bishop to d7, which means this is already a slightly improved version of the Chigorin. So, okay, she played the opening very well. Here, a very controversial decision, d5. White normally likes to keep the tension for as long as possible. And we're going to see black really infiltrate on the dark squares here. So this knight, it's going to reroute to c5. White's going to do the Ruy Lopez maneuver. g4, not very great in this position, but it can be a very aggressive attacking plan. White is going to do sort of the obvious Ruy Lopez maneuver here. And okay, h5. So black is really hoping to provoke some dark squared weaknesses. He really hopes that you push, because then okay, can just play like knight h7, just to show really quickly what could have happened. So this could have happened. And now after g6, black is just ready to play f6. He's ready to play f5, or she's ready to play f5. If, I don't know what's a normal move. If here, I mean already we can play a move like this, and okay, if you take, I'm gonna get a lot of pressure. My bishop's gonna go here, I'm gonna try to win your h-pawn. This could be a lot of trouble. So she just defended it with the knight went to h2. And now an interesting move, not necessarily the best one, but she was hoping to provoke some more weaknesses on the king side. And okay, at home you can pause if you want to do some planning. How would you guys infiltrate on the dark squares? I'm going to give it away. The knight went back to h7, clearing the way. I can't hit all the arrows at once with the amount of hands that I have. But the bishop's going to g5. She's going to try to trade the dark squared bishops, which will really emphasize the weakness of the dark squares. Knight went to g3. Okay, it's jumping in probably to f5. Okay, the bishop did go to g5. Knight f5. Queen d8. I guess we'll pause for just one moment. Did she just blunder a pawn? So this was not taken in the game. Can anybody see why? This one I think is a little bit trickier. Can we shut that door? It's so scary.
Can we cancel this class?
What do you mean? This is a great class. It's the best class we've ever had. They should all be this short. Okay, well I'm gonna give it away, so hopefully you took your time at home. Here black has a very powerful move, queen to b6. So threatening every discovery ever and the knight at the same time, which would just be really good for black. So you can't take it, it is untouchable. Instead, perhaps she's getting off the dark squares, now queen b6 isn't as great. And we will go over her line here. So here, and so in the game, Hou Yifan, she dropped her knight back, and she says after this retreat, black's advantage is indisputable. White could have tried to confuse the issue, so this is Kosteniuk's recommendation. You might as well go here, and let's see, what could the problem possibly be? Well, we'll just go over her main line here. So you take, and how's this knight going to get into a little bit of trouble here? Well, queen f6, and you can tell that the knight is trapped. There's nowhere for the knight to go, so it would have to think about sacrificing itself. And she would have got a lot of compensation had she played this way. And after takes, queen g7, where's our main line? Yeah, queen g5, and a lot of sublines, but who's got the time? You got a question? Yeah, presumably you wouldn't want to because you're down a piece. Because you're down a piece, so you don't really want to trade the queens. Instead, she gives, this is the main line here, everything fine? So returning to the game now, after knight g3, black truly is better, and from here she played really phenomenal chess, very accurate. Obviously that door is open, which is incredibly terrifying. Okay, and so you're going to notice how she's already got a very nice dark square on the queen side. She's really going to take advantage of the dark squares on the king side. So let's just watch and enjoy. And how can she increase the pressure on the dark squares? Queen f6. So really highlighting some of these dark squares, and this exchange will happen at some point, which will be very good for black. She will completely dominate the dark squares here. All right, knight g5. All right, queen e2. A very interesting move, rook a g8. Perhaps the king will eventually run away in some lines. Oh, the sound's on. You like that. And, okay. So real, just complete domination of the dark squares. And as we've seen in a lot of lectures, well, the tactics are probably going to end up favoring black. Black has the better pieces. All right, yeah, everybody go play the simul. We'll go 4 minutes. Whatever, no more book, no more book. This is the book. You guys can get it. It's a good book. All right, and mistakenly, Hou Yifan traded all of the rooks. It's all right. It's just you and me, internet. So, knight d3, which is a super powerful move. What is the threat now? I'm asking you, so you can pause your videos. I'm speeding up. If some normal move, let's just play here, for example. The threat is to take and then get this big fork here. And now I got my hand. Now I got my hands. So if I knew how to do this, I could do it. All right. So after that, she took back, and black already has a winning position. So you can't really take the pawn because then I'm taking on f3. So she moved the queen, and the pawn goes up the board. Again, you can't take. Knight g3. Perhaps some sort of trick at some point with sacrificing, but it's not really going to happen. So here's perhaps the best move of the game. Go ahead, pause your video. Ben Simon, you got like 5 seconds to figure it out. But do you know the answer? Do you want to say the answer? No. It's the next. It's the next.
Yeah, I know, but it's the engineers.
Okay, fine. Fine. So hopefully you guys found it at home. The crushing move here. Knight takes f3. Okay, so what's the point here? The queen just takes, right? I mean, what is really going on here? Again, another super amazing move here. Okay, if you're taking this, we're taking the queen. It's all to try to make a queen here. So the queen really can't take. And after this, we get some material here. And it's only a pawn. Black has 6 pawns, white has 5. So it's only a pawn, but once you see a move like f5, she's really steamrolling, and these pawns are actually going to be quite dangerous. And as it turns out, these pawns are going to be a lot faster at getting down the board and potentially, threatening to promote in this position. They're going to be a lot faster than the white pawns over on the queen side. So that's exactly what happened. We got a position like this. She even has time to move her king up, very luxurious. White needs to make a pass pawn, but here comes black. Let's do a little trade. It's almost in this position. Queen to g5, threatening f4. White has a very slim hope here. In the book, she does say, okay, there's one little trick black could fall for here. If you take with the queen, I mean, white gets to promote and wins, but okay, obviously she didn't fall for that. She took on g3 and down a piece. Hou Yifan resigned, and so she took the first game and ultimately went on to draw all of her next 3 games. So I don't know, it's been kind of quick. There's a lot of people in the way. But let's just go have a peek on Simon. Let's look at what's going on out there, because what is really going on out here? Still setting up back here. You can tell there's a lot of people. They're really about to get going. I know it was a short lecture this week, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it a little bit, and hopefully you learned a little bit about Kosteniuk here. And yes, if you like this video, go ahead, hit like, share, subscribe, and see you guys next week.